Welcome back for another video. It's Eharbad, and in today's video we are back looking at the Winter's Path. And I have to apologise, I made an error in the previous video. We got all the pathing completely and utterly wrong and the pricing completely wrong. Let's jump over to the spreadsheet just 1 second and make a note. Firstly, I have 33,549 points so far, and I've pretty much done that exclusively doing champion training. Had a lot of food because of having summoned so many ancients over the last two summoning events, which has obviously been a big help. And I do actually have a number of potential points if I did want to do more, champion training. So we got 6 rank 5 food ready to go here. I could potentially brew up Valkanen and then rank him up to rank 6. It's a possibility. Otherwise, there's a bunch of other champions that could have their levels increased either to 15 as food, or I could potentially run some campaign, get them up to 40, make more 5-star food. Similarly, on the 3-star champions, I've still got a number that could be ranked up to 10 as food, or ranked up to 30 and then made into 4-star food. So there's a number of points here that I could get if I choose to do any more champion training. But I think my intent actually with energy at this point is going to be to do Sand Devil, because it's actually valuable for my account and I can get back a tier 2 soulstone out of this. So actually it kind of makes sense for me to probably try and do the rest of my energy up until the fusion begins in Sand Devil and try and get this 3,000 points for the tier 2 soulstone. So just constantly reinvesting my time, my resources back into improving my account. I have skipped the Fire Knight as I kind of said I would. So I've been basically skipping all the dungeon ones because the rewards are quite low, only 30 snow points. It's just not worth the resources. Right, so let's jump over. It does look a little bit different. The gold number of points has gone up. I had missed out 1,000 here and the 2 5,000s here. You do have to get the stupid tier 6 epic, what do you call them? Chaos Ore, to be able to get the snow points just below. Really silly error on my part, and I can only apologize. But thankfully, people in the comments did point it out. I did fix the spreadsheet that I'd linked, and I'll have to replace that spreadsheet with this particular version here. I've done this locally on my computer rather than the one that's available on Google Drive. And you can see I've kind of expanded on it. But before we go over to that, the other thing I've done is I've actually changed some of the ranking. I've decided that this second set of snow points is really egregiously expensive to get to, so I've moved that down to blue tier. I've changed what I consider to be orange tier. I'm actually ranking up the tier 2 and tier 3 essence as being more valuable. And then in the green, we've got the 2 shards, the 200 gems, and potentially a legendary book. But you could also say really this legendary book maybe is more of a blue tier, and the green would be just the gems and the shards. I mean, it's all subjective, right? But the important thing is I definitely want to get the gold, which is 42,300. I kind of quite like the oil. For me at this stage on my account, it's actually quite valuable. And I do use it, and I'm always, struggling with the tier 2 and tier 3 oils to get enough. I'm kind of limited on the amount of energy I can allocate to Sand Devil. So when there's an opportunity for me to pick some up through an event, I usually do go for it. So if we think that I'm at 33,549, to get to my orange target of 42,300, I need basically 8,000 from soulstones, and then I'll probably get a little bit more from champion training over the remainder of the event, which is why I've got a slight shortfall here. But I could always just do a couple of mortal soulstones at the end if I still have a shortfall. And then if I want to get the 2 orange rewards, those tier 2 and tier 3 essence, I basically need another 9,000, and I can pretty much get that just by doing one tier 3 soul stone and another, 15 to 20 mortal soul stones. So these are kind of the considerations that I have. I do want to pull some soul stones. I've been saving them up for a long time, and I do like to use them in these situations where we do have guaranteed rewards and I know I'm going to get something out of it. And I need to get more awakenings on my champions anyway. It's one of the biggest things that's going to benefit my account in general. So I'd say I'm going to do this, which is basically summoning, let's just do 30 mortal, 4 immortal, and 1 eternal. And then I'll probably just sort of towards the end, that will leave us with what? If I do 30, 4, and 1 will leave me with 1,200. That's probably a little bit too much. So maybe I'll just do the 20. Yeah, let's just do that. We'll do 40, 4, and 1. It will leave me 250 points short. I should get that in champion training. Just doing Sand Devil 25 with 3 food. I'll probably get those 250 points just using my remaining energy before the event ends. And it's resources that I want to use, basically. I think anything beyond that, the green, the blues, and the dark blues, they're just way too expensive. The amount of resources required to get these legendary tomes, the sacred shard, the mythical, it's obscene, to be honest. The fact that they've put these stupid chaos ores that are mandatory to get with really high point requirements is really frustrating, because otherwise this is actually a really good event, and I do think it's underrated in terms of the amount of stuff you can get back. Like the 15 tier 1 essence is pretty valuable. You've got the oil, you've got some good stuff in here, you've got a few shards, books, etc. But it's just, some of the points are just too expensive. Anyway, let's jump back into the game. As we said, we're going to summon 40, 4, and 1. Let's review the wish list. I'd say this is pretty accurate for me. I want to try and push my Fire Knight hard team higher, in which case I need Farrakhan and Yakal souls. I've been using Staltus in Arena, so I'd quite like a decent soul for him. I've got 0 stars on him currently. And similarly with Wukong, because I was away during the soul event, I don't have a awakening on him. I've got 1 star, but I haven't actually selected a blessing, which is typical for me, right? Ugo and Whisper would be good for Hydra. I don't have anything on the Whisper currently, so those I think are correct. And to be honest, I just don't use any other rares, so I might as well keep these 3 here until I've got them all to a quite high awakening. I do have 1 cold heart at 6 star. I did buy the 6 star from the shop. So I think this is pretty accurate. I don't think there's anything else that I would change. I think we can sell stuff as we go. So let's do we've got space for 30. So let's do 30 tier 1 to start with. I'll then make some more space and we'll come back and do the 4 tier 2 and the 1 tier 3. We'll see if we get anything interesting along the way. Basically, nothing in that first 10 at all. And please, in the comments, do let me know what your strategy for the Winter's Path has been. How much champion training have you done? How much soul summoning have you done? And have you just not really bothered with it at all? And particularly, what resources did you favor? Which ones did you think were worth the time? And do you have a similar opinion to me in terms of that these events are pretty good, but some of the points are disappointing? Let me just quickly make some space and I'll be with you in 2 seconds. Right, then we're back. We got 10 more mortal, 4 immortal and 1 eternal. This will actually be the very first eternal I have ever pulled on this account, which will be kind of exciting. 5-star Sorceress, 5-star Delaja. If actually I had a Delaja for that would be great, but I only have 1, and currently that's going to go in food for our new legendary. And no one else here I'm actually going to use. So that's kind of, it's good for later. Who knows? Delaja might be useful in one of the new things that we've got, in the new content that's coming out. There might be some restriction that will make her be good. Right, 4 of these immortals. I haven't pulled many of these either on this account, so see, hopefully we'll get some decent rating and of a champion we actually can use. That would be nice. So far, 2 rares, and this is why I don't summon Soulstones. It is legendary. It's not a champion I have. It's not one on the wish list. But at least the right rarity, not the right rank, not one that we can use. Crypt King, I do actually have a Crypt King, so that's really good actually. 4-star Crypt King. We'll take that. Absolutely. I'm not sure how much I'll actually use him, but my view has always been I awaken any champion that I have built when I get their soul. I'm not someone who's looking to sell them all and, get the coins and chase specific ones. I've always thought in the long run, it will benefit me. And I think with the content they put out, I think that that's probably the right thing. First one I've ever pulled. And it says, oh, wow. Oh, wow. Look at that. Everyone's going to absolutely hate me in the comments. That is my first 6-star legendary on the account. Maybe not the absolute best champion to have it, but for the content that I'm struggling with, which is getting a fast, consistent team for Fire Knight 10 hard, a 6-star Yakal is actually massive. So I am really, really happy with that. That's really cool. I might even actually use him a bit in Arena now. Why not? He's my only 6-star awakened champion, and yeah, like his stats now are quite obscene. Those blessings make such a big difference. Extra 15 speed, extra 38% crit damage. Like, wow. Blessings are huge. And obviously I have Phantom Touch on him for Fire Knight, and this is going to make a big difference because previously I only had him on the 1-star, and 15% just really isn't that much. But now having 100% with 35% chance of secondary bonus damage on that lovely double hit A1. Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. I'm really excited to play around with my new 6-star Yakal. Yeah, so let's jump over to the actual Winter's Path, and we got that shortfall that we estimated of 251. And let's just go through and select what we had said we were going to do, which is we're going to go here. We're going to get those snow points. Go down here, get these snow points. And then we will go and get that greater oil, get that stupid chaos ore, that snow points, get that. We want that. That's really good. I think I personally prefer that to the void or the primal, but obviously could have gone for the primal instead if I wanted to summon a little bit more. But I really want this essence because getting awakenings for me is so valuable, and I am reasonably shard rich, as they say. Let's grab that and that and that. Then we go all the way back here. Pick up this snow points here. Pick up this, and then we should just be 251 points short of this 40 snow points here. And I think that will be it for me on this event. I mean, if I were to pull a few more, I could get the 200 gems, which is tempting. I will consider that as well, to be honest. 200 gems for 4,000. That's actually not too bad. What do we think? What does chat think? Because that's basically another 10 pull on the mortal and 2 immortal for 200 gems. I know you could say I've got a lot of gems, but 200 gems is basically, what is it? 5 refills? 5 refills? Yeah. I mean, it's not loads, is it? Probably not worth it. I do want to use a bit more of my soul stones because I've got so many and I benefit so much from pulling them. It's probably worth doing just a little bit more, I would say. But are the 200 gems worth more than the void or a primal? I don't know. I think I'm just going to leave it there. If I do decide to pull a few more, I will, of course, share that probably just in Discord, to be honest. But yeah, no, really, really happy with that summoning session on the Soulstone. I've actually on a bit of a purple patch between the shard luck we've had, although maybe no usable champions, but just purely on the rates we've been getting, slowly growing that faction guardians. I've now got 8 on Bannerlords, 6 High Elves, 6 Barbarians, still 0 on Sacred Orders. Kind of crazy. 8 on Demon Spawn, and now we're actually also pushing up on the Dwarves as well at 6 and Night Revenant 6. So there's a few that, we're going to get close. Hopefully soon we'll start to get some of those speed gains because it's huge stats, and it would really, make those additional improvements on Hydra, which is still an area where I want to push that damage up a little bit more. Did like 190 million this week. 199.9 is my PB ever, and I do think I can do it without any further rebuilds. But obviously, if I had some higher awakenings, that would make a big difference. Equally, if Ugo was maybe replaced by someone else, but I don't know who I would replace in this. I mean, really, if I just had Morley in place of Kantra, then this would be like 250 million, I reckon. But, I don't. At some point, maybe I will consider getting her from the token trader. But I need probably some more dupes for that. Like, I really want to get these faction guardians sorted first. Anyway, that's it for this video. Please do share in the comments your thoughts on it, and I think I will do either I'm going to do Sand Devil, sorry, not Sand Devil, the Iron Twins composition. I showed the Shogun team, and I'm using the Emic team in Iron Twins, and you can see my PB on this affinity is 38 seconds. It's a pretty rapid team, and I would want to do a relatively deep dive guide like I did on Shogun, where I really talk through the exact boss mechanics and how the speed tune works and why it works, and some of the pitfalls, some of the things that I've observed since I built it, and some of the tweaks that I'm going to look to make to the team just to make sure that it's fully safe. It has been 100% so far, but there's a little risk in there, and I'll share that with you in the guide. And then obviously we've got the new content coming. I want to do more tag team, more live arena. I still need to rebuild my brutal and hard Hydra teams. I want to do the Razel Val composition for brutal. I have been building up my Vol for that at some point. Let's see if we can find him. Oh, he's hiding here somewhere. But I still need to finish the masteries, and that'll probably happen next CVC. Anyway, yeah, there's loads to be done. There's never really a shortage of content, particularly if, like me, you upload a bit less frequently and more intermittently than some others. Anyway, as I keep rambling on, I will definitely end the video there. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.